this lecture, we will learn about the basics of a PB industrial shed. What exactly is the pre-engineered building industrial shed, what are its basic components, and how we should start modeling that in the ETAP software. So first of all, if we should know the basic details about the PB shed. For example, here you can see it is a simple PB shed. Here you can see that these are the vertical columns and these are the rafters, and the members that is coming from this point to this point, that is the side purlin, and these are the sag rods. And if we want to go that in detail, this is the basic image of a PB panel. Here you can see that these are the purlins, these are the rafters, these are the vertical columns or vertical brace. On the top you will find that there is a sheeting, and sheeting is being supported by the purlins. And here you can see that these are the plan bracings, and here you can see that this is the canopy. This is, for example, a door to enter. This is a rolling shutter. This is a monkey ladder, or what you call it as cage ladder. This is a wall panel. This is a roof platform. This is a catwalk to access. These are the turbo ventilators. These are the roof monitors. These are the ventilators, and this is the basically turbo ventilator, or we can call it as power ventilator. And this is a 300 ridge vent, and this is a 600 ridge vent. So accessing or studying only the structural parts, what a structural engineer needs to do is that he needs to design this vertical columns, these rafters, these purlins, and these girts, and these sag rod. Similarly, we can check for other examples also. For example, if we will see this image, here you can see that on the vertical columns, basically there are some brackets, and on these vertical brackets, rails are welded to give the access or give the passage to the crane. So here you can see that similarly, like here, there are also vertical column, and this is the bracket on which rail is coming, and on that rail a gantry can be supported. And on the top you can find here that this is the plan bracing, and this is the purlin, and on the top there is a sheeting. Similarly, we can check other PB sheds also, and sometimes on the top of the PB sheds, solar panels may also be supported. So we need to take the loads of the solar panels also. Here you can see that this is the column, and these are the bolts that are being casted for the base plate of the PB shed. This is also an ideal 3D model. This is the vertical column, and these are the rafters, these are the purlins. And here you can see that basically the ideology of designing is that on the bottom, that is on the point where the PB shed is being supported to the RCC columns, the thickness or the width of the column is less, and on the top the size of the column is more, because the moment here is very high. And similarly for the rafters also, for the rafter also, the size of the rafter is maximum here, and it gets reduced here, and when after reaching here it's again increases. PB shed span can vary from minimum 20 meters to approximately 50 or 60 meters also. Here also you can see that the span of the PB shed is very high, and here the size of the PB shed increases because the moment increases here, and similarly here also increases because the moment is maximum here, and here it decreases because the moment is somewhat less. This is not a PB shed, this is basically a self-supporting roof panel. This is also a type of structural system in which the sheeting itself forms its structure. You can, if you want to read more about this, you can Google self-supported roofing system or spider roofing system. With that you can get some more information. From the outside, the PB sheds look like this. Some windows can be there, some rolling shutters can be there, and some entry or exits can be there. But on the top it looks and on the outside it looks all neat and clean. So in this lecture we will learn how to model the PB shed in the ETAP software. So first of all, we will go to File, new model. We click on use built-in settings with units can be metric SI, steel section database can be Indian, steel design code let us say IS 800, and concrete design code let us say IS 456 2000. Left click on OK. So now we have option here that whether we want to go with uniform grid spacing or simple story data. In this video we will draw freehand, that is we won't use story data and grid spacing. We will learn how to draw freehand model in the E tabs. So we will left click on custom grid spacing, left click on edit grid data, delete all the grids. I am selecting all the grids by left clicking and drawing this rectangle. Left click on delete, again left click on OK, and left click on custom story data, left click on edit story data. We can select all the stories, right click, delete story and delete existing structured story. Left click on OK and then again left click on OK. We can close the model explorer, just open one window, go to the plan view, left click on base, left click again on apply and then OK. So now we need a joint. So for that we need to go to draw joint objects. Here it is showing that plan offset, that is x, y, z, it is 0. So if we snap onto the origin point, we will get a joint at the origin. But you can see here that there is no snapping options. So to activate the snapping option, we need to go to draw and snap options. Here we can left click on lines and frames, edges, fine grids, intersections, left click on apply and then close. So here you can see that now you can snap onto the origin point. So left click on select object, right click here. So you have drawn a joint on the origin. Again left click on OK. Now to avoid this, like here you can see that the cursor is snapping onto each and every point. So to switch off this, we can go to draw snap options, left click on fine grid and then again left click on apply and close. So now you can see that your screen is free. So select this joint, we can go to the 3D view, go to edit, copy, edit, paste. Vertical is the z-axis. So let us say the height of PB shed is approximately 5 meters. So enter 5 here, left click on OK. So now you have drawn a joint here. Let us say the span of the PB shed is 40 meters, but it is supported on the middle, that is it is supported on the 20 meter distance. So select this joint, go to edit, copy and edit, paste. Enter the delta x as 20 and delta z has to be, let us say the slope of PB shed is usually in the range of 1:10. So 20 meter, that is 20,000 divided by 10. So the height of the PB shed has to be 2000, that is 2 meter. Left click on OK. So now you have drawn a joint here. Again click the base point, go to edit, copy and edit, paste. Enter delta z as 0 and delta x as 20. After that, as the span of our PB shed is 40 meter, so we go to edit, copy and edit, paste. We enter the delta x as 40 meter. Then left click on OK. So now we can draw a simple no section frame. So we go to draw beam and draw beam column brace. Here we can select the property as none. So here you can see that sometimes it do happens that your cursor will not snap onto some joint. So you can press the scroll wheel on your screen and then move left or right so that it automatically snaps to the joint. So left click here and then again left click here, left click here. Here you can see the distance is 20 meters as expected, and left click here, again the distance is 20 meter. Draw a column here, right click and then draw a beam from this point to draw a column from this point to this point. Snapping can be done very easily when you are drawing in the grids and elevations and stories. But the main purpose why I am not selecting is that I want you to believe that a structure can be drawn freehand also in the E.G.E software. It is not compulsory that you need to draw each and every grid, you need to draw each and every story. So this is like a freehand sketching that we are doing here, and after that we will learn how to define the frame sections.